my nigga Ramon with me. But that for my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General Your Honor. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top when we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change, and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown on many streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my hockey gon' let him have it. Hey, make you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, and shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
All right, we're going to go ahead and clap it up. Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. This is ISUPK Austin, Tuesday Brotherhood class. Brotherhood is a weapon. Sisterhood is a weapon. Brotherhood and sisterhood is the weapon that we're going to use to get ourselves out of these conditions that we are in. We are at the bottom because we have absolutely no brotherhood or no sisterhood. If you're on TikTok, just put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. All right. I just need to know if y'all can hear me over there, and if not, I'll make some adjustments. Okay. But we got to understand that brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon. It's the absolute weapon that we're going to have to use to get us out of these conditions that we are in. We are at the bottom. We are destroyed because we have no brotherhood. We have no care. Okay? We don't have any care for one another. We so busy loving everybody else that we don't reserve any love for us. Today's topic is New Year, New You. And not new like you're going to become something new. New as in we knew what you're going to do. We already know who you are. We already know what you're going to do. We know you're going to make some resolution. We know you're going to go out and make some resolution at midnight. You'll make your resolution, and by 12:01, you'll break it. We know this. These are the things that we know. These are the things that we understand. So tonight we're going to break down New Year's. We're going to break down this tradition, what it's really about. We're going to break down how you can't have a New Year in the dead of winter. Okay. We're also going to break down. I don't know if they can hear me. Oh, so we're going to break that down and get a complete understanding on that. We're going to get down to all the superstitions. Okay. The reason why you do the things you do. Okay. We think we're just cleaning the house because we just have an urge to clean the house. I think that's why you're doing it. But in actuality, it has nothing to do with why you're doing it or doing it. Okay? So, where do I want to start? I do got a video. Got a couple of I don't know. I don't care what that's about. All right, so we have to understand when I say new year, new you, it's not that you're actually becoming something new. Okay, what it is we already knew, we know you, so we already knew what you're going to do. Okay, and that's what people don't understand. All right, if you want to really become new, you're going to come in here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under the command of General Yohana, and you're going to change your life for God. You're going to serve your King Christ. That's what you're going to do. That's that's how you change, not some silly resolution that you don't even believe in. You don't even believe you have the strength to keep this resolution. Oh, you're going to go out there and you're going to do what? You're going to say, hey, I have a new resolution for 2026. I'm not going to sleep with every man that I meet at the bar. I'm not going to do it. And while you're at that bar at 12:01 and that ball drops, you know what you're going to do? You're going to go home with somebody that night. Oh, brother, that I'm doing these, done with people that I select. I'm done trying to. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go sell no more drugs. I'm done selling drugs. I'm gonna get a job. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna go and you're gonna re up. You're going to do it. And this is what we don't understand. We believe and we believe in these superstitions, and they come from slavery. They come from a time where you couldn't protect your child. You didn't know if your child was going to get sold off that next day. So what did you do? You did something superstitious. See, superstition is for people who don't have any power. Okay? Most High in Christ, brother. But yeah, and this is what we have to understand. All right, so let me get to the let me get Exodus 12 and 1. If you got a younger now, you can read it. If you can't, let me know.
Salaki, Adam, on 5 minutes.
All right, no sweat. I'll take care of it. Just let me know when you can jump in. All right, we're going to get Exodus chapter 12. Okay? This is Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month Slakia, verse 2. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. Okay? It said, this shall be the first month of the year to you. So this is what Moses is breaking down. He's going to tell us what should be the first months. He's going to let us know. Okay? He's going to let us know what. Sorry, no sweat. But he's letting us know. He's giving a breakdown on what's the beginning of the year. See, you have been taught for so long that the New Year's is January 1st. And you have been taught that, and you have been believed that in the dead of winter, there is a new, this is a new year. But that is not at all true. Because it can't be a new year if nothing is springing forth, if nothing is being born, if nothing is being regenerated. Okay? Let me go to Exodus 13 in, uh, uh, in 3. This is Exodus 13 and 3. And Moses said unto the people, remember this day which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of the hand of the Lord brought you out of this place. Therefore shall no leavened bread be eaten. The reason we couldn't eat leavened bread, the reason you don't have time at your Passover to have baked macaroni and all this leavened bread and all these cookies and all these things is because we were escaping from our oppressor. We was getting the hell out of there. And since we were getting out of there and getting away, you didn't have time to get yeast and let your bread rise. You didn't have time for that. You had time to make some lamb and to make some flat bread. And you better do it. You better do it and you better eat it. All right? And that's what we did. Okay? All right? Verse 4. This day came ye out in the month of Bib. See, because you're under this Gregorian calendar, you don't understand what these things are. So we're going to get into a bit. Let me share my screen. If it'll let me. Oh, the oppressor is the devil. He doesn't want you to get all this information. He doesn't want you to know any goddamn thing about it. Okay? It's a bit. It says from the Hebrew, right? It's the season of beginning barley crop, right? Because the grains start ripening at that time of the year. Right? The first month of the Jewish ecclesiastical year corresponds nearly to the Gregorian April, right? Usually March, April, whenever we have the Passover. That's when it's the new year. Okay? And after the Babylonian captivity, we call this Nisan. Okay? This is where this stuff comes from, right? So we have to understand. We have to know what it is that we should be reverencing and what we shouldn't. Okay.
Face.
So
Move your
that
what?
um, let me get Deuteronomy 16:1.
Con Adam and Con. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, and verse 1. Observe the month of Abib.
Do what?
Observe the month of Abib.
Lord's telling you, you better observe the month of Abib. You better absolutely do it. better reverence this. You better care about what this is. Go ahead.
and keep the Passover.
And do what?
And keep the Passover.
Are you going to be in Houston, Texas, keeping the Passover? Are you going to be doing what the Lord told you to do? Are you going to show up where you are supposed to show up and keep the day of the Lord, where He brought us out of Egypt, where He brought you out of bondage, took you out, and He said you need to celebrate? Are we going to be doing that? Go ahead.
And keep the Passover unto the Lord thy God.
Yep.
For in the month of Abib, the Lord thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
See, when we went into Egypt, 70 souls, and we came out of multitude. When we came out, the Lord said, "This is the first day. This is your first day because your backs aren't beaten anymore. Okay, you're escaping your oppressor, and we have been oppressed for so long. All we want to do is serve our oppressor. All we want to do is celebrate their holiday. All we want to do is whatever they say, and we turn our back against the Most High in the name of Christianity, and we'll go and serve every idol, like you're about to do for New Year's. You're about to go and serve the god Jan. Continue reading.
Come. Verse 2. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto the Lord thy God of the flock of the herd,
Yep.
in the place which the Lord shall choose to place his name there. Verse 3. Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith, even the bread of affliction. For
That's
thou
that's
comest forth.
hold on, stop there. That's what we have to do. See, this is a requirement. See, what we don't understand growing up in these churches, growing up, we didn't understand that there is an actual requirement to serve God. There is an actual requirement. And if you don't take the time to do what is required, then you are not serving God. You are serving yourself. Okay? That's what you're doing. And they want to tell you it's midnight. Let me get Genesis 1 and 5. Because they want to tell you what, Yaganah? At midnight is what? What is midnight in this world, Yaganah? What does midnight happen? If we're in today, once it turns 12, we're at 12:30 today, right? 12:30, 2025. What's going to happen at midnight? It's going to be what?
It's another day.
It's another day. That's what they tell you. That's what you have learned here. That at midnight it marks another day. Well, let's get this and get some understanding.
Book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 5. And God called the light of day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning
And the what?
and the evening
Uh-huh.
and the morning
Yeah.
were the first day.
The evening and the morning or the first day. When that sun goes down, that's what constitutes another day. When the sun goes down. Not midnight, not whatever you think. Okay? Get some more. Let me get some more scriptures and then we'll get into some other. Let me read that one more time though.
Come. Book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the
So
evening.
that light, that hold on. That light was the day. That's what he constituted is the daytime. And that night he constituted as night. The darkness was night. The light was day. The darkness was night. And he's letting you know that once that sun goes down, once it gets dark, that's what's going to constitute a new day. Okay? That's what's going to happen. All right. Let's get John 20 and 19.
Book of John, chapter 20, and verse
Hey,
19.
hold on, y'all gonna. If y'all have any questions, y'all go ahead and chat them in. Right? Y'all chat them in, and we'll answer. Okay? Go ahead, y'all gonna.
Book of John, chapter 20, and verse 19. Then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut,
Yep.
where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, came Jesus and stood in the midst and said unto them,
Go ahead, finish it out.
Peace be unto you.
See, all right. So I'm gonna break this all the way down, but I just want you to know the most important thing that I want y'all to get out of this one is it says the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, meaning it starts at night. But we did have to be on the run for the Jews because what happened in this time? What happened in this time after the split in the northern kingdom, the so-called Hispanics and Native Indians that were pushed across the earth, right? That were pushed across through this captivity because we broke the laws of God. Well, though the southern kingdom, they just wanted to call themselves just Jews. They stopped calling themselves Benjamin, Judah, and Levi, and they just took on the moniker of Jew, and they all hang under that banner, right? And to be a part of this family, to be a part of this Jew, you grow up like Paul. Paul wasn't hurt. Paul had bread. Paul had enough bread to learn under a man. And that's how they separated themselves. And they said, we don't have to worry about any of those other things. Yaganan, Yaganan, you're a Judite. You don't have to worry about being a Judite. You're just under the moniker of Jew. And me, as an Ephraimite at this time, I just wasn't a part of anything. I was just an outcast. I was just a part of the cutoff. I was a Gentile. You know what? Because that southern kingdom, the way they did, that's why Christ said, whoever was without sin cast the first stone. So since they had sin too, since they were for eating pork and then go home and eat pork, you know what? Christ had to come and say, hey, all of these tribes can come back now. Now we're not Jews. That's why it says neither Jew nor Gentile. Because if you're an Ephraim, you're not a Gentile anymore. If you're from Zebulon, you're not a Gentile anymore. You know what you are? You are part of these 12 tribes of Israel. All right? Where are we at? Yaganan, I brought out the old Yaganan. I brought out the old, see it, the 2016.
Oh,
Okay?
wow.
Oh, yeah. Some of you Israelites, y'all wasn't even around in 2016. Your leader hasn't even created his group yet.
Come on.
Okay? Good night. Where we at, Yaganan? We at John 20?
John, yes, Salaki, John 19 and 20 and 19.
Get Daniel 7 and 25.
Sorry,
I
Salaki,
want to take y'all
was
through some
it Daniel?
Dan, yeah, Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And I just
Come.
want to take y'all through. And if y'all have any questions on anything that I'm saying, or any questions, period, you can go ahead and chat them in. because it's important that you understand what has happened. See, we don't understand what has happened to us. And since we don't understand what has happened to us, we have been destroyed. We're going to get into that too. Go ahead and read, Doug.
Book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Oh, and he shall speak great words. That's what your oppressor does. He speaks great words against the Most High when he tells you you should celebrate Christmas. You should celebrate New Year's, right? Because according to the Lord, these days are nothing. Go ahead and continue.
Come. And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
And he wears out the saints of the Most High. We can't go celebrate the days that the Lord tells us to celebrate. Why, Yaganat?
So, like Adam, what was that?
I said, why can't we celebrate the days that the Lord tells us?
Because our oppressors.
Just because of our oppression. It says, it says, it shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Do you know how hard it is to get to a feast day because of your slavery? You know how damn near impossible it is? But you know what, Yaganat? You want to know something heavy? I'm off tomorrow and the next day. But when I tell them I'm going to Passover for a week, come on, man. That's because they wear out. They wear us out. They wear the saints out. Because they don't give a damn about they don't give a damn about what God said. These are Christians, Yaganat. These are Christians who telling me I shouldn't be able to get off for this. While they celebrate New Year's and Christmas and everything else. Go ahead, Yaganat.
That's heavy what you said, because the other week or whatever was Christmas, and we just had off that one day, and the oppressors, they were all pissed off because it wasn't cold. They take their Christmas real serious out of one. They was pissed.
They want snow.
Yeah, they want to snow.
They want on an open fire, Yaganat. They want to burn that Yule log. Oh, they want to sit there with that Yule log, not even know what it represents. Oh, they want it, Yaganat. They feel they deserve this day because they're a Christian American. What you need to know about Christianity is segregated. Christianity represents segregation. How do we know? Because Donald Trump is a Christian, right, Yaganat?
Sure.
And the people that he's deporting are Christians as well, right?
Sure.
So why isn't that his brother and sister in Christ? Because Christianity is segregated. Can you read this again, start from the top?
He shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
Just what?
And think to change times and laws.
He changes time and he changes laws. He changes the times where God told you you should celebrate. God said you should go celebrate the Feast of Dedication. You should celebrate the Passover. You should celebrate these high holy days that I put in the Bible. Well, he changed that and he said, no, brother. You should celebrate Christmas and give me all your money. He tells you Christmas is so important that if you're a woman and you need to buy this kid who deserves a lump of coal and present, you might have to go sell your body. If you're a man, to get these brats who hate you, who only love their mama, you are going to have to go and you're going to have to do what? You're going to have to rob and steal to get them a Christmas present that they're not even going to appreciate. That is because of your oppressor. Because he changed the time and he changed the laws. He changed the laws of God, Yagana. You can eat pork now, Yagana. You know that, right? If you're a Christian, you could have all the pork. Oh, you could go to all the seafood boil. Oh, some silly woman is not going to appreciate this man who took her to this seafood boil, Yagana. He's there. She got the cape on. She got a goddamn Superman cape on the front so she could spill all the crab juice all over. Because the laws was changed. The law was changed by a person who doesn't love God. Continue reading. You muted.
Salaki. They shall they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
And because of that, they're going to pay. They're going to pay for what they did. If you're a Christian, you should read the book of Obadiah, and you can learn the fate of a people and understand that God does not love everybody. It's going to be real simple. It's going to be broken down because you're going to say whoever he's talking about in here, they are doomed. Let's get Galatians 4:8.
The book of Galatians, chapter 4 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
How bet then, when ye knew not God, ye did service unto them which by nature are no gods.
It says, "How be it then?" See, when you knew not God, you did the service of them, which is by nature of no God. You celebrated Christmas, which that is celebrating Nimrod. You're celebrating Christmas, which is Saturnalia. You're celebrating New Year's, which is Janus. You're celebrating of all these things that are of false idols. That's what you're doing, right? So when you didn't know God, you served these natures that are of no God.
Verse 9. But now, after that, ye have known God, or rather are known of God. How turn ye again to the weak and beggarly
So it's
elements?
just, just telling you now. So now that you know God, but you don't know God, that's why I said, or know of God, why are you still sacrificing yourself, your family, your children, your morals to these things which are no gods? Yaganah? These things ain't no gods. Right in Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, when it's talking about that Christmas tree, don't it say it stand upright as a palm tree, but it doesn't have no soul. It can't talk. It can't guide you. We serve everything but the Most High. Continue reading. And that's why we were in bondage. We desire bondage. That's why we go to these beggarly elements. We go to these beggarly elements because we just want to fit into society. And since you want to fit into society, you'll go against that God. You'll go against that God for the God of this earth, for the God of this world.
Whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage. Verse 10.
Ooh wee. Go ahead, Yakana.
Verse 10. Ye observe days and
And what?
months.
Oh no, 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 no. Let's take this. Let's take this step by step. They do what, Yaganan?
You observe days
They observe days. The first. Continue.
and months
In months. The first of January, Yaganan. Continue.
and times.
In time. This is January 1st, 2026. Yaganan.
Gone.
They're going to observe that day, that month, and that time. And they're going to sacrifice to idols and not even understand why the hell that they do it. I'm gonna tell you why they do it. Give me one more. Romans 1 and 25. And then we're gonna get all everything that I want. Let's get Romans 1 and 25.
Book of Romans, chapter 1, and verse 25.
Mhm.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie.
What?
Who changed the truth of God into a lie.
Anybody can answer that. Who changed the truth of God to a lie? Who has lied to you your whole life and told you you haven't invented anything? Who has lied to you your whole life and told you that you are the biggest criminal? Who has lied to you your whole life and told you that you are nothing? That you would be a jungle bunny in Africa if they didn't come and kidnap you and give you all the Christianity. There is a there is a people who told you that, and you believed it. And since you believed it, you worship. Read it again.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie.
Mhm.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
That's what we do. If you're going to go and celebrate the new year, that the Lord tells you that the new year is in the month of Abib, what it tells you is in March or April. That's around the new year. If you're going to go and celebrate that, that means you're not celebrating. You're not worshiping the Creator. You're worshiping the creature. You're worshiping the person who changed those days, those months, and those times. All right, y'all. Now let's get into a couple heavy things. Okay. Let me see where. Let's let's just do Janice off the rip. Hey, what happened to my bib? It ain't up there. Okay. No sweat. Oh no, we already touched it. Okay. All right. This is Janice. Y'all see this picture right here? Hold on. Let me tell them maybe later so they'll stop her ass. Good night. You see that face looking backwards and that face looking forward. This is what Janice is. This is what you're celebrating for the new year. Okay? Now let's read. In ancient Roman religion and myth, Janus, right? It says, is the god of beginnings, gates, transitions, time, duality, doorway, passages, frames, and endings. He is usually depicted as having a double sided head. The month of January is named for Janus. See, this is what you don't understand. All the days of the week, all these things, they are representing some kind of God. They're having you serve some kind of God. Right? Says according to ancient Roman farmers' almanac, Juno was mistaken as the tutelary deity of the month of January, but Juno is the tutelary deity of the month of June. Janus presided over the beginning and the ending of conflicts, and hence war and peace. The gate of the temple of Janus in Rome were open in the time of war and closed to mark the arrival of peace as good transitions. That's why he's looking back and he's looking forward, right? It says he had functions pertaining to birth and the journeys of exchange, and in his association with the Portunus, a similar harbor and gateway god, he is concerned in traveling and trading and shipping. Janus had no flaming or special priest assigned to him, but the king of the sacred race, right, himself carried out his ceremony. Janus had an ubiquitous presence of religious ceremonies throughout the year. As such, Janus was ritually invoked at the beginning of each ceremony, regardless of the main deity it honored, because he is the beginning. He's looking forward into the new and he's looking into the past, right? Says while ancient Greeks had no known equivalent to Janus, there is a considerable overlap with pollution of the execution paper. Let's see the etymology on it, where the word comes from. What does it mean? It says the name of the god Annis. The reason it says Annis is because at this time there wasn't no J. J is a newer thing, right? So it says meaning Latin, arch, passage, doorway, stems from the Proto-Italic, right? Ultimately from Proto-Indo-European, right? Passage is conjugated with Sanskrit, which means to go travel. Lutheran, which means to go ride. Irish, which is forward, or Serbian Croatian, right? Let me see any other thing that I want in here. Let's see if there's anything that I just need from here. All these things you can look up, right? Let's go to the theology and the function. It says while the fundamental nature of Genesis is debated, it's most modern scholars view God's functions God's be organized around a simple principle presiding over all beings in transitions, right? Whether abstract or concrete, sacred or profane. This is what happens when you step outside of the Bible and you worship other gods. You're going to be doing something that might be abstract or it might be concrete. It might be false, it might be something so false, or it might have something to it. It might be sacred. It might be something that's so sacred that people hold near and dear, or it could be so profane. And you know who is profane to? The Most High God. All right? It says interpretations concerning the God's fundamental nature either limit it to its general function or emphasize a concrete or particular aspect of it, identifying him with light, the sun, the moon, time, movement, the year, doorways, bridges, or else seen in the God as sort of a cosmological principle, interpreting him as a Uranic deity. See, when you go and celebrate this God, you're going to put him over the Most High God. You're going to take away what the Most High is, and you're going to give it to them. And this is what we do with every holiday on the earth. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 33, Yaganan. Damn, I don't know where it is on the top. Let me see. Let me go. I know it's in Ecclesiasticus, and I know it's the 33rd chapter. Damn, I think it is. As I'm looking, maybe I don't know a goddamn thing,
Yeah, come
Yaganan. Maybe I'm just wrong, Yaganan, but I'm gonna go find it for you. Oh, 33 and 9. Did I say 33?
come.
Yeah, I must have just skipped right over 9. I must have just went from I don't know. Go ahead.
Book of Ecclesiastes 32 and verse 9.
Yep.
Some of them hath he made high days.
Hold on. Some of them has he made high days, Juggernaut. Some of those days the Most High took. and he made those a high day. He made that a day of importance, Yakinan. He made that a day that you should reverence. Those are the days, those are the high holy days in the Bible that you can find. But those are what you're supposed to celebrate. Go ahead.
and hallowed them.
And hollow them. I see you in there, Gigolo. Hey, Gigolo, I see you. I see you in a minute, Gigolo. Good to see you up in here in class. All right. And it says some of those days he what? Did he hollow them?
Hallowed them.
He hollowed them. He made them holy. Continue reading.
And some of them hath he made ordinary days.
Has he what, Yakanan?
And some of them he had made ordinary days.
Uh-huh.
Verse 10. And all men,
No. I don't need that. I just need it. Verse 9.
come,
So people can understand. These days that we were told to celebrate the reverence, they're ordinary days. They don't mean a damn thing. But we put them over God. They mean absolutely nothing, Yaganan. But we have made them mean so much to us that we put them over God. Now let's go to this. Back to where we were. It says the God of beginnings and passages. His function as God of beginning has been clearly expressed in the numerous ancient sources, among the most notable Cicero, Ovid, and Varro. The God of motion. Janus looks after the passage, causes actions start to preside over all beginnings. Since the movement and the change are interconnected, he has a double nature, symbolized his two-headed image. He has under his tutelage the stepping in and out of doors of homes. Hey, Yagana, you know people gonna walk into their house backwards.
come.
They're gonna do that, right? You're not gonna do that for a superstition because they believe that is the luck that they need. Okay. All right. Says the Iona, which took from his name, was not vice versa. Similarly, sim- similarly, his tutelage extends the covered passage of the name Ioni, and foremost the gates of the city, including Coptic Gate, uh, Argilatum, named Annis Genimus Portus Ionis, from which protects Rome against the Sabines. He is also presented. Oh, let's read this now. It says the connection notion of the beginning, right? The movement, transition, and this time was clearly expressed by Cicero. In general, Janus is the origin of time as the guardian of the gate of heaven. Yaganan, where the hell have you read that in the Bible? Have you read that, Yaganan? Am I the only one who has never seen Janus standing at the gates of heaven
No,
at all, right?
no,
It
I don't.
says it says Jupiter himself cannot move forfeit back because of Janus's working. And one of his temples, probably that of the Forum of uh, Locutorium, the hands of his statues were positioned to signify the number 355, the number of days in the lunar year, later 365, symbolically expressing his mastership over time. That's why we got 365 days. Yeah, you know, because it's mastership over time. I thought the Most High was the mastership over time. So
Come.
that was the master of time. Good night. It says, he to hold the access of heaven to other gods. This is the reason why men must invoke him first. So he is the way, the truth, and the life. Yaganah.
Come.
That's what they telling you. They say he is the truth, the way, and the life. They're telling you you don't have to go through Christ to get to the Most High. If you celebrate New Year's, you can just go through Janet. You know what's going to happen if you celebrate New Year's? You're going to go out there. You're going to get as drunk as you can, and you're going to crash your car. And you're either going to be unalive or you're going to unalive somebody because you had to go and celebrate something that is against God. And you're going to go and do it, and you're going to do it with so much pride and so much reverence because you celebrate and you observe days, times, and months. All right, let's see where I'm at. Such as religion of the gods themselves. He holds the access to heaven to other gods. This is the reason why men must invoke him first, regardless of the God they want to pray to or placate. Yagana? So no matter what God I want to placate or I want to pray to, I have to go to him first. It says, because he is the initiator of human life, of new historical ages, hey, and financial enterprise. According to the myth, he was the first to mint coins, and as first coins of the liberal series bears an effigy on his face. Do you see what you're worshiping? Do you see why this is so evil now? Yaganah, this is so evil and diabolical because we're literally going to go out and celebrate another God. And America tells you that it's okay. America tells you that there is no problem with you doing it. Yaganah, there is absolutely a problem with us going out there and doing this. And I see why so many people perish on this day. Because it's absolutely against the Lord. Where am I at? Okay. I don't even know where I'm at. I lost my spot. All right, the God of change. Janus frequently symbolized change and transition, such as the progress of the past to future, from one condition to another, from one vision to another, and young people's growth to adulthood. He represented time because he could see into the past with one face, into the future with the other. His Janus was worshipped at the beginning of the harvest and planting of time, as well as marriages, death, and other beginnings. So at the beginning, he's getting worshipped, and at the end, good night. Right? It says at the beginning of the harvest and planting, as well as marriages, death, and other beginnings. He represented the middle ground between barbarism and civilization, rule and urban space, youth and adulthood, having jurisdiction over beginning. Janus had an intrinsic association with omens. Get out of here. Wait. You want to go and celebrate demigods. Do you know why? Do you know why it's so easy for us to celebrate demigods? Because of Christ. Because of Christ, Christianity teaches you what about Christ? Christianity makes Christ a demigod. They make him a demigod. Just go and serve all the demigods on the earth because my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. But before we get there, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Salaki had on.
Go ahead. Oh, Salaki, I can't see you, so yeah, I ain't got my screen guard up. Go ahead.
Yeah, also too, I don't want our oppressors. We were to where we all serve the same God. It don't matter what religion you're in. That's what they say. Salaki.
Right. They say if you serving the Islam God, you serving the same God as the Most High. Ain't that what they say? Say it all the time. They say we're serving the same God. We just got different roads. You just call him Hooga Booga, Yaganan. Your God is Hooga Booga. And my God is Yahweh. Ain't that something?
Come, same God.
Your king is Yahweh Shai. My king is Donald Trump. Young and I. My
Come,
king is Charlie Kirk. My king is Candace Owens. Ooh wee. Come on, man. We got to have real understanding. Let me play this video so you can understand where all these silly superstitions and traditions stem from. Ooh wee. Let me share my screen. We are going to bring it out.
Americans are likely to think of New Year's Eve and New Year's Day as a time to celebrate the fresh start that a new year represents. But there is also a troubling side to the holiday's history. In the years before the Civil War, the first day of the new year was often a heartbreaking one for enslaved people in the United States. In the African American community, New Year's Day used to be widely known as Hiring Day or Heartbreak Day. Because enslaved people spent New Year's Eve wondering and waiting to find out if their owners were going to rent them out to someone else, which potentially split up their families. The renting
See, do y'all hear that? It said hiring day or a heartbreak day, right? This is why we have these superstitions. We have these superstitions because you didn't know if who was going to be sold, who was going to be given to this. Because on this day, it was time to pony up, Yaganan. And since it was time to pony up, you know what you had to do? Your oppressor had to pay his debt.
Slaki, I don't.
Go ahead.
Slaki, I don't. Was that New Year's?
Oh yeah, time. This is New
That's
Year's.
heavy. Slaki, I thought they only did that to us on Christmas during slave days, but New Year's too. That's heavy.
New Year's too. See, you see how diabolical the oppressor is. So we don't know if we're going to get sold, right? You don't know if your daughter or your son's going to get split from you, or your husband or wife. So you know what you did do? You did open all the windows. You did make
Come,
black eyed peas. You did make collard greens. You did clean up your house. You did all these things. This is where these traditions of superstition come from. It comes from us being enslaved and not having no power. Superstitions are for people who don't have power, Yaganan.
come,
That's why you have to do something to make you feel safe.
come. You dropping a heavy out of one. I didn't know that.
On this day, it was called the hiring day, Yaganan. Do you think we were hired, Yaganan?
La.
Uh-uh. You were sold. So this hiring day or this heartbreak day, it, this is the reason you celebrate these superstitions on New Year's.
out of slave labor was a common practice in the South of America and a profitable practice for slave owners and hirers. Some enslaved people were put up for auction on New Year's Day or held under contracts that started in January. These transactions also took place all year long and contracts could last for different amounts.
That's where that term, you know, you know, there's a term, especially for students. Whatever you're doing on that day, you're going to be doing for the rest of the year. This is
Amounts of time. These deals were conducted. These transactions, enslaved people were put up for auction on New Year's Day or held under contracts that started in January. These transactions also took place all year long and contracts could last for different amounts of time. These deals were conducted privately amongst families, friends, and business contacts, and slaves were then handed over in town squares, on courthouse steps, and sometimes simply on the side of the road.
you see how evil this is. But y'all gonna they're gonna drag you, your rib, kids all right here, and it's a high possibility that you're going to be separated for whatever time they feel you should, because you're going to be used to pay a debt. Because your oppressor doesn't have any goddamn empathy, any care about you. Since he doesn't have any care about so-called black Hispanics and Native Indians, get put on the auction block, but you're not really being auctioned off. You're being sold or given away for some debt.
Accounts of the cruelty of hiring day come from records left by those who secured their freedom, who described spending the day before January the 1st, desperately hoping and praying that their hirers would be humane and that their families would stay together. A slave named Lewis Clark
You did you see that?
Come,
Did you hear that, Gagana?
come,
The day before, Shalak, the day before, you in your house praying, Gagana. You're not only praying, Gagana, you're cleaning. You're cooking black eyed peas, Gagana. You're doing every goddamn thing in the world, superstitious, to make sure that your child doesn't get sold off. This is what we went. This is what they want you to forget. This is what they want you to never remember. They want you to never remember the things that happened to you. And those things that happened to you, now you don't want to remember because it was so long ago, Yankanan. Even though George Floyd was yesterday, Emmett Till was yesterday, Khalil Castro was yesterday, Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin. Things were yesterday, Yankanan. They want you to forget. They want you to believe that
two and two.
that is different. And all our women, they think they just get an urge to clean. They think you go to any house right now, it's gonna smell like bleach. And you think they just have an urge to clean innate in you from slavery, some silly superstition that you still abide and live by.
said in an 1842 account, "Of all the days in the year, the slaves dread New Year's Day the worst of any." Israel Campbell wrote in a memoir published in 1861 in Philadelphia, in which he describes being hired out 3 times. He said, "On New Year's Day, we went to the auctioneer's block to be hired to the highest bidder for 1 year." A former slave known as Sister Harrison said in an interview in 1937, "That's where that saying comes from, that what you do on New Year's Day, you'll be doing for the rest of the year." A former slave known as Sister Harrison said in an interview in 19...
Yagana, did you hear that?
Come,
It said a former was interviewed in 1957, Yaganan.
come.
They want you just to believe. They want you to believe these things were so long ago. But it was just so long ago, Yaganan. It was so goddamn long ago. How the hell can she be interviewed in 1957, Yaganan? It was such a long time ago. They said that New Year's was the worst day of the year. Because they knew that was the day that they were going to be oppressed. Let me finish this video out.
37. That's where that saying comes from, that what you do on New Year's Day in 1937. That's where a former slave known as Sister Harrison said in an interview in 1937. That's
Maybe they're saying 37. Who knows? Who knows how the hell? I ain't gonna say what I want to say. Oh. But you're right. This is what they had to go through. Why they let it
for 1 year. A former slave known as Sister Harrison said in an interview in 1937, "That's where that saying comes from, that what you do on New Year's Day, you'll be doing for the rest of the year." Enslaved people who attempted to resist going to their new masters were whipped and thrown in jail until they relented and promised not to run.
Hold on, I want to touch on something that that sister said. Is that is where the tradition today comes from. That whatever that you're doing on New Year's, you're going to be doing because of slavery. This is the reason that we own. that we do these traditions. I'll let the video play out.
away during the new arrangement. But the history of New Year's Day and American slavery is not just remembered as all horror for emancipated people. The holiday was also associated with their freedom. The holiday became more associated with freedom than slavery when Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation freeing slaves in Confederate states on New Year's Day in 1863. Enslaved people went to church to pray and sing on December 31st, 1862, and that is why there are still New Year's Eve prayer services known as Watch Night at African American churches nationwide.
We uh, Lincoln saved us, not Christ, right? Lincoln saved us. We love y'all get out of here. Fireworks outside right now. Somebody's gonna blow and burn down the whole neighborhood. That's what's gonna happen.
I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Please
Let me just share this real quick, and we're just gonna get back to the Bible for the rest. But I just wanted to show these few things because we don't know. We absolutely don't know and don't have any understanding of what we see on a day to day, on a month to month, holiday to holiday. We don't have no understanding of what we see or what's actually happening. Okay, let me just share my screen one more time. There we go. All right. Oh yeah. Oh, wait. I was just calling talking about this. They said I wasn't romantic, young and I'm not gonna kiss my rib at midnight.
God.
Well, I'm not romantic, young and say that. All right, kiss at 12 a.m. What the hell is some single puckering? Who you gonna kiss? Anybody who's around? Good night. They pucker up at 12 a.m. New Year's Day, believing that kissing someone at midnight will result in lavish love life all year long. According to those who practice this, the life is custom. If you don't get kissed, you'll have bad luck in love. So all the people who kiss Jagannath on midnight, why aren't they still together on Valentine's Day? Why they got a
Mm.
new Valentine, Jagannath? They kissed at midnight. It said 12:00, and they kissed. Then they had sex. Then she got pregnant. Then he got another woman. I pray you wouldn't. Let's see this. Black eyed peas. Hey, it says a plate of black eyed peas with a side of good luck, y'all can have. Ooh, many people usher in the new year with a plate of peas, collard greens, and cornbread. Supposedly, the peas represent good luck and the greens represent money. The peas often or served over rice can be seasoned with a ham hock, bacon, onions, or salt and pepper, regardless of how you make it. This is a long-lived Southern tradition that will leave you satisfied. Uh, yeah, you know, they still can't pay their rent. Goddamn,
God.
you hanging dollars over the door backwards. You're throwing things through the threshold of your door. You still don't have a goddamn thing. All right, let's see what else. Oh, getting dressed up, Doctor Nine. Oh, you know, Christmas is for a few days. The New Year's Eve isn't about. It's also believed that wearing something new on January 1st will increase the likelihood to receive more new garments through the year. y'all gonna you go buy something new, you put it on. Then you over there wearing something new every day. Clean your home because New Year's represents a fresh new start. Many spend December 31st giving their home good cleaning, getting rid of trash and clutter. See, we had just seen in that video why you do all the superstitions. And then your oppressor comes and he tells you, he makes you believe this is why you're doing it. You'll have good luck if the first person that walks into your home in the new year is a good looking man. Y'all gonna don't have no ugly, don't have Flavor Craig Mack walk through your goddamn door, y'all gonna, or you're gonna have bad luck. I'm a whole man. Maybe I should walk through my damn threshold first. I think I look pretty goddamn good. Maybe I'll just walk through it myself, y'all gonna. It says it is walking it is believed will have good luck if the first person to walk through your home in the new year is a good looking man. So y'all gonna, you being a man, you have to sit there and look through niggas and determine who is good looking so they can walk through your door first. So it wants to make you a part of the alternative life now because now I got to sit here and see who's the sexiest man that can walk through my door, y'all gonna, so I can have good luck. Do you see what goes on in our community? Let's see for that. Slovakia. They just wanted to cut me off. But since they cut me off, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave the traditions alone, Yaganad. But this is where we get these traditions. We get these traditions that we go and we celebrate these things, not knowing what we celebrate, not having any understanding. You wonder where all those traditions that come from for New Year. It comes from slavery. It just said the walking in the house, Yaganad. It says you will have better luck if the first person who walks in your house on you is a good looking man. So me as a man, I have to go out there and I have to find a good looking man to walk in my house. I gotta go there and look at men and try to understand. Come on, what are we talking about? What are we doing? The reason you eat those greens, those black eyed peas, all these things are tradition. And they come from slavery because during slavery on January 1st, you're going to the auction block to pay the debt for your oppressor. And you don't know if your son or your daughter is going to be sold. So what you did was these superstitions to make sure, to try to ensure that your child wasn't given away to another people because people with no power have superstitions. People with power aren't superstitious about any goddamn thing. Okay? Let me get Baruch. Baruch 4:1, y'all can. You hear me?
Slovakia. Can you hear me?
No?
Can you hear me? Go
Okay.
ahead. Slovakia. I can hear you.
Yeah, I need Baruch 4:1.
Come.
The approximate.
Mm. Is that Ecclesiasticus? So like he said Baruch or Ecclesiasticus? I can't hear you. Baruch. Yeah.
All right.
I
You
can hear
hear
you
me?
now. Yeah, Khan. You said Salaki Baruch 4:1?
Yeah, I need Baruch 4:1.
Okay. Book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1.
I'm gonna read it.
This is
This is the book of the commandments of the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. This is why we're perishing on all of these holidays. This is why we're perishing when we go out and we celebrate all the days that the Lord tells us not. Right? Hey, give me Amos 5:1. That's what we're gonna end at tonight. Amos 5.
Book of Amos,
I
chapter
got
5
I
and
got
verse
more. I
1.
got a lot of.
Hear ye
Hold
this.
on. Before you read that though, let me finish up on this. Hold on. So with Baruch, this law we have to keep and we have to endure forever. We have to do what the Most High said. We have to do what the Bible says forever. Because if we don't, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna celebrate New Year's. I'm gonna get drunk. I'm gonna hop in my car and I'm gonna run into a semi. And then you have to go to my funeral. You have to mourn because I didn't live by the laws of God. So because I didn't live by the laws of God, I get unalive. Okay? But if you live by the laws of God, you don't have to worry about it. And you can live because you're not going to be out there doing what the world does. I got you don't even understand, man. I still got like a whole nother class,
Okay.
but it's too bad it's one day.
Part 2.
But I ain't gonna hold y'all. You know what I mean? Let me get Amos 5. No, we ain't doing no part 2 on New Year's. They'll get it next year. Hopefully, you'll still be alive because you listened tonight and you didn't go get drunk tomorrow and crash your goddamn car. Then you can
Con,
get the rest of it next year. We'll do it all over again if Christ hasn't came back.
con.
But if not, you better listen to what we said today. You better understand. Go ahead and read.
Book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 1. Hear ye this word which I take
No,
up against.
I want is it 21? The 21? Yeah, 5:21.
Okay, Salaki. Book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 21. I hate, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
All right, so it says right there, it says, I despise your feast day, and I will not smell at your solemn assembly. Right? So all that food you make, you over there making pork for the Lord, and you want him to bless it. You're gonna put all the ham hocks in your black option. You want him to bless it. You want it to be something special. But he says he hates. Yeah, the Lord hates. You know what he hates? He hates your He said that he will not smell in your solemn assembly. That's food you make. Hold on. You good now, y'all. Go ahead and try. Oh, yeah, you out of there. Hold on. I'm going to finish it up. Verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept it. Neither will I regard the peace of offerings and your fat food. That food that you cooking and praying over, the Lord does not accept. Verse 23. Take away from me that noise of thy song, for I will not hear the melody of thy vow. All those songs you singing, all that pride that you have, all these things that you are doing, understand that if you are celebrating a holiday that is not in the Bible, it is against God. Since I don't see no questions or anything, with that, this is the Israelite School and University of Knowledge, started at a 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the commanding General Yahweh. Shalom.
So.